epidemic ng kabastusan ngayon, ano? Galing sa
May nangyari pa ngayon.
politiko, abogado.
May nangyari pa ulit.
Ano ba yung bago?
May nangyari pa ulit sa Senado.
Ayon kay
Oo,
Jinggoy?
sa Senado, oo.
Oo, isipin mo, Gilas Pilipinas project, prospect
Kaya
yan.
nga,
Inaanyayahan natin yung si Elizabeth Means na maglaro para sa ating national team. It is our pride to actually invite her to play for our country and our flag. And again, some senators and some legislators think that women should be reduced to a punchline to score what they think are pa-cute points. It's infuriating. There's no other word for it. It's infuriating. Hindi ko alam bakit inisip ng mga taong pa-cute to at may nakukutan dyan sa ganyang klaseng ugali. Usa, I'm trying to calm down.
Yeah. And to think ang setting, ang konteksto, di ba, nasa Senado sila?
They were at the Senate. They were at the Senate. And talking about how she possibly, yes, a courtesy call.
Or a hearing, tapos meron
hearing para sa citizenship yata. Application for
okay.
citizenship.
So,
tsaka ang weird doon yung ano. Hindi, ang weird doon yung ano, binolunteer pa baka gusto mag-apply nitong si
kaya nga,
Senator Kiko
yun
Pangilinan.
Oo, makikita mo rin yung character ni Senator Pangilinan kasi ang bilis ng ano niya, no? Ang bilis ng sagot niya, no? At saka yung ano dun kasi all the more kasi may hinihingi yung guests mo, 'di ba? Sa'yo, tapos biglang gaganunin mo. So, yung mga ganong misogynist and sexist remarks, it's really not about libido o nagagandahan, kundi about power eh. Kaya kong gawin kasi kaya ko. Yung ganon, sasabihin ko kasi kaya ko, kasi powerful ako, no? So yun yung nakakalungkot dito.
Tsaka ano naman sasabihin ng tinatanong no? Ikaw yung merong hinihingi.
Hindi.
Kumbaga namin talaga yung power dynamics no?
You think of the previous example, the more famous example in Congress. So we're talking about Miss Ann Curtis. She's a UNICEF ambassador. She is an awarded actress. And in one sentence, reduced to an object. We're talking about Elizabeth Means, a talented athlete, a prodigious basketball player. And in one sentence, she's all about, do you have a boyfriend? Yung identity niya na-reduce doon, kung may boyfriend na siya. So, bakit? Bakit nangyayari yan? Hindi ko alam.
Ito, balikan ko lang din sa mga viewers na hindi pa familiar. Viral ngayon itong clip nitong si Ferdinand Topacio na hinigitan pa siguro mga times 10 yung kababuyan at kabastusan itong mga sinabi ni Bong Suntay in defense of Bong Suntay. Talagang hindi nag-double down quadruple down niya nangyari. And sa akin, I don't even want to try to make sense of it dahil nonsense yan Pero ang point ko, what's with our culture? Medyo lalayiman natin yung usapan. Bakit meron pa rin mga ganitong klase mga tao? And it seems hindi sila kakaunti. Prof. Jean.
Well, ano yun kasi yun nga yung sinasabi ko na at the end of the day, sinabi rin ni Alan kanina na talagang biruin mo si Topacio abogado pero tingnan mo yung kanyang sinasubject ng sexism yung isang congresswoman ngayon, no? So at the end of the day, wala yung posisyon. Ang paningin ng lalaking gumagawa ng sexist remarks at saka yung pangbabastos dahil may power sila. Dahil mas powerful sila at the end of the day, kaya ko to, kaya kong gawin to, dahil kaya kitang i-reduce to being just an object. Yun yung ano doon, yun yung dynamics.
Pwede rin naman mag-file ng disbarment sa kanya.
Function of power.
Yeah. Alan, gusto ko namin tanongin dito, no? Ikaw yung eksperto pagdating sa... sige, ikaw muna, Prof. Gino. Napakaganda ng tanong niya. Sige, yung tanong mo, Prof. G. Pinag-uusapan namin kanina.
Oo, kasi kagabi na-curious ako nung nakita kong nag-sorry, yung misis ni Representative Bong Suntay. Ako, ang una ko agad naisip, hindi ba PR strategy to? Kasi parang sinasalba na siya ng misis niya. Sa akin kasi hindi ako kumbinsido dun Kasi bakit ikaw ang nagsusorry, di ba? Gawin mo yung asawa mo dapat ang mag-sorry.
Okay. I'll answer that from two lenses. Number one, I'll answer that from the lens of somebody who actually knows Sheila Suntay. And two, from the lens of a communications and public relations practitioner. Number one, do I think Sheila really felt what she said? Do I think that sincero yung mga sinabing binitawang salita ni Sheila Suntay? Tingin ko, oo. Tingin ko, nagulat siya at nagalit siya and she was livid doon nakita niya na nagkaroon pa ng statement na yung asawa ko natuwa nga tawa ng tawa. Tapos yung mga barkada ko sabi sa akin, idol. She was probably, she felt used. She felt that she was dragged into this quagmire of kabastusan. If I know Sheila, no, I'm speaking from that lens, and I do know her. And number two, PR ba yan? Tingin ko meron nag-abiso. Tingin ko may nag-abiso at tingin ko yung pagkakasulat, it's very slick, and I'm not saying that Sheila cannot write that well. She's quite articulate, but tingin ko may nag-advise na dyan na unang-una si Congressman Bong Suntay, pabago-bago yung mga sinasabi. Pabago-bago. He's not only a misogynist. I mean, this whole episode showed that he's not only a misogynist, but he twists the truth. Nakita ko at saka weirdly, oddly specific. Weirdly and oddly specific. Nakaupo ako sa Shangri-La isang araw. May mga detalye pang ganun di ba? Nakaupo ako sa Shangri-La at nakita ko si Ann Curtis. And then, only to recant that and say, hindi ko siya nakita. Hindi ko siya nakita at katang-isip ko lang yun.
It's good that you mentioned that, no? Kasi parang dito ako pinaka nai-insulto, no? Bukod sa napakababoy ng statement nitong congressman na ito. Actually, I don't even want to call him honorable or congressman. He has to earn that. Okay? Sipin mo, parang pinagmumukha tayong tanga. Di ba napanood natin yung kanyang sinabi? Walang qualifier dun sa kanyang sinabi. Hindi yun conditional. Hindi yun what if. Di ba?
Exactly.
Tapos biglang hindi pala totoong nangyari yun. Tapos pag tinanong mo, kasalanan mo pa. So lahat pala kami bobo.
Kasalanan pa.
Mali pa yan.
He went from misogynist to gaslighter. Tapos sinabi pa niya na, and maybe we'll touch on that later on in terms of a comms perspective. No? Siguro yung gender, social-cultural aspect, Prof. Jean is infinitely more qualified to speak about that than I am. No? I won't even set foot on that territory, di ba? Dahil hindi naman ako academic. Pero in terms of comms, unang-una, tinuturo namin sa comms, kung gagamit ka ng analogy, you never use yourself. You never use a first person. You always use, kung may, halimbawa, may tao na pumunta sa ganito, it's never, halimbawa, pumunta ako. Or halimbawa, again, Robin Padilla comes to mind. Talagang dami na naungkat halimbawa ako, nag-iinit ako, I have a need, I have the heat, naalala niyo yun? I have the urge, if you remember that. Again, using himself in the analogy. You never do that from a comms perspective. Always third person. Number two, pick your analogies so that they talk about situations that do not impact other people. He could have said so many things. Halimbawa, may nakita kang halimbawa, yung isang tao nakakita ng cellphone na naiwan sa table. Ang ganda-ganda ng cellphone, nandun lang. Inisip ngayon niya, ano kaya kung kunin ko na lang itong cellphone na to at ibulsa? Pero hindi niya ginawa. Hindi krimen yun. That would have been a perfectly said analogy that was driving home whatever point he was trying to make. No? But no, instead he decides to make it about himself, specifically refer to a person, Ann Curtis, and worst, objectifying a woman. I mean, that's the bingo, man. That is the bingo.
Prof. Jean, sisingit lang ako. Sorry, Prof. Jean, sisingit lang ako. No? Ako na-creep out Sipin mo, hindi ako si Ann Curtis at lalaki ako. Sipin mo sa lahat na example, napaka-specific ako. Kung ako si Ann Curtis, ayoko makasalubong yan. Dahil kung ganun kababo yung kanyang imagination.
At saka para siyang ang nangyayari sa kanya, by the day, lalo siyang nahuhulog dun sa kumunoy. Kasi parang ipa-iba-iba siya ng statements, tapos mas lalong talagang bastos na, pero mas lalong bumastos nung sinasabi niyang hindi naman niya nakita. So, purely a figment of his imagination yung di ba? So, parang mas weird. Mas weird yung ganon. And yun na nga ang sa akin, meron din siyang mga kasamahan dun sa komite na mga babae din. Na ang maganda naman talagang sinabi na dapat tanggalin yun sa record 'no. So parang alam mo ang lagi ko ngang sinasabi, sa 10 kandidatong, sa 10 kumakandidato 2 lang ang babae. Sa 10 elected members ng Congress, 7 ang lalaki. So talagang ano
Tama.
siya, male dominated kaya kaya nilang gano'n. So parang nagiging fraternity tuloy ang ano 'no,
Old Boys Club.
ang kongreso nito. Kaya yun, kaya nilang magsalita. Nalilimutan nila na may mga, babae rin sa paligid nila o kung kahit meron, feeling nila kaya nila yun dahil sino ba sila and that's just disgusting.
May isa akong speaking engagement recently. Isa rin sa mga tinakil ko yung ano paano tinamaan yung Filipino soul natin, yung ating moral fiber because of the 30 years, no? At kasama rin sa naging epekto that continues to reverberate to this day, yung paano na na-encourage yung maraming Pilipino na maging bastos and to settle that way because they think, hindi, ganito kami, this is authentic, bastos kami, at mas okay to, di ba?
Mm.
We have to acknowledge the fact na when you hear those words from the very top during those 30 years, talagang ang laki ng
Exactly.
epekto Parang okay lang pala, no? Oo, labas na natin yung kabastusan natin. Kasi ganito tayo. Si Tatay Digong nga, presidente natin Ang babastos, machong-macho Ganon din tayo, hindi ba? I mean, how do we fix this? Kasi iba na yung presidente, pero alam natin nandun pa rin epekto And before you know it, another Duterte would assume office, balik na naman sa dating kabastusan.
Yun ang tingin ko, Christian, yun ang hindi naiintindihan ng mga ng mga politicians na bastos. Kasi hindi nila naiintindihan they are in positions of power. Ang lakas mag-amplify. If you are in a position of power at may rhetoric ka na sexist at misogynist, ang lakas mag-amplify nun, no? Sa social media na, ito pala kasi ito, supposedly honorable na tao nagsasalita ng bastos, di ako puwede rin, 'di ba?
Mm.
So yun yung malala doon.
And there was some disingenuity na nangyari kasi Ian. Ang nangyari kasi, trickery in fact na nangyari dyan. In-associate nila yan, ginawa nilang class war. Naging class war na parang
tama.
yung mga edukado at mga elitista, mga ivory tower, mga holier than thou, yan ang mga civilized kuno, yan ang mga hindi totoong tao yan, mga hipokrito yung mga yan, unlike us, the persecuted masses who are unapologetically authentic at meron kaming big middle finger being hurled at the system and the administration and the elites. Ginawa nilang ganun yung ganun yung usapan Pero and it was the late Bayani Fernando who told me this. I remember very, very distinctly. He was chairman of the MMDA at that time. His whole shtick was not shtick, but his whole mentality was urbanidad, civility, that transcends class. That transcends class, that transcends education, that transcends, it's a value, urbanidad, di ba? To be civilized human beings, to be respectful and courteous human beings. Wala pong pinipili yan. Hindi po yan elites versus masses. That should be applicable to all.